Namaste and welcome back. My name is Nikhilesh. In this video, we'll make an AI agent for customer support specifically for e-commerce business. What do we mean by specifically for e-commerce business? So basically, a user can interact with this customer support agent and can get the status of the order, whether this order is still in process or it has been fulfilled. If the order is still in process, user can ask AI agent to cancel that order, and AI agent will refer to the database and it can cancel the order if it's allowed. Okay, so we'll make this AI agent. So let's see how we can make this. What all things do you think we need in order to make this AI agent? So if you see, first we need an LLM. Here we are using Anthropic. So you can go to Anthropic website and you can create the API key. It's not free, by the way, but you can get started with a minimum $5 credit, and $5 are more than enough if you are not a regular user or if you are not deploying this application in production. So that's one. Second, what do we need? We need a database, right, where all the information about customers orders are stored so that uh, we can give that information to the agent. Okay, third thing, what do we need? We need tools in order to interact with database, and I will see we'll be needing multiple tools, and this is what AI agents are capable of. Basically, they can decide which tool to use. So we'll give 3-4 tools to the AI agent based on the query. AI agent will use that tool, get the information, and do the required activity. And then basically we actually need the AI agent with and then we, along with that, we basically, because we need a chat interface, so we'll build a small chat interface here, so basically it can do that. So now let's build this. So what we are doing, we are installing Anthropic, then we are importing Anthropic, then we are getting Anthropic API. You can log into the Anthropic website, get the API, and then you can come here and you can add your Anthropic API key here, and then you can import the data from, basically you can import this API key. Okay, now let me run this. Then let's, and we are using Claude 3.5 Sonnet, the latest model, the model that was released on 22nd October 2024. So we are using that model. Now, as I said, we need a database. So now we are creating a dummy database or a fake database in which we have two tables. One is your customer table where we have information like ID, name, email, phone number, and the username. And then in the second table, we have orders information where we have order ID, then we have customer ID, then we have product, quantity, price, status. So you can create this fake database. If you want to add anything, you can do that as well. Now, after creating the fake database, what we need to do, we are defining 4 functions. Based on that, we can extract the information. So first information is get user. So anything which we need to get pertaining to the user. So what we are saying, based on that, we email, phone number, username, we can get the information. If we don't get the information, we'll return couldn't find the user, or the key is invalid. Okay, then for second, we are saying get order by ID. So we are, with the help of this function, we are getting information related to the orders based on the order ID. Then we are combining order ID with customer ID. So if we give the user ID, we can get the customer ID value information of the order. So based which customer has purchased which order, we will get this. And fourth, we are creating a function to cancel order. So what we are doing, basically, if you see, we are checking the status. The status could be processing or cancelled. right? If the order is already, if the order is cancelled, we'll return that thing that the order is cancelled. If the order is processing, we are saying, right now, if the order has been shipped, saying order has already shipped, can't cancel it, but or it can also say can't find that order, and if it's processing, then we can basically cancel it. So this is what this cancel order function is doing. Okay, now let's define our DB. Now, if you see db.getUser with email john@gmail.com, we got all the information. So this is the ID, this is the name, email we already sent, then the phone number and username. So with get user, we got all the information. With customer orders, for this customer order, we should get all the information for this particular customer ID. So now if you see, the order ID is this thing, customer ID is this one, product is wireless headphones quantity 1, this is the price, this is the status, and then because customer has ordered multiple times, so we get multiple orders. So this is how we can access, we can information using get customers orders, right? So if you see, we have get customer orders, then order by ID, right? And now if we want to cancel this order, let's try this. So you can say cancel the order because order was in processing. I'll show you how basically we'll interact and we can actually cancel the order. But for this, till now, we have defined a database and we have defined 4 functions. First function is to get the information about the user. Second function is to get the information about order. Third is, if you give the customer ID, it will give all the information about the orders he or she has placed. And fourth is basically we can cancel the order if it's possible to cancel the order, basically if it's processing, if it has not been shipped. Okay, now we need to work on tools. So now similarly, as we have defined the function, these actually will be our tools. So first we are defining a tool schema. So what we are saying, okay, we are saying get user description looks up a user by email, phone or username. Okay, the property string email, phone, username. So the attribute to search for a user by this much, and the value whatever we get we'll receive, and description the value to match for the specified attribute. So this is what we have defined as tool schema. And now let's define our 4 tools. So the first tool is get user. So looks up a user by email, phone or username, and the value to match the specified thing. Second is get order by ID. What we are doing here, it retrieves the details of a specific order based on the order ID, returns the order ID, product name, quantity, price, and order status. That's what we saw earlier when we call that function. Third is your get customer orders, retrieves the list of orders belonging to a user based on a user's customer ID. That also we saw. The fourth one is your cancel order, cancels an order based on a provided order ID. Only orders that are processing can be cancelled, right? If it's shipped, it cannot be cancelled. So now let's define all the 4 tools. Now we need to give these tools to Claude, basically. So now if you see that this is the user, the role is user, and then the message that user has passed is show me my orders. My username is Priya123. Okay, and then we are passing the information, we are passing the model, we are defining the max tokens. Tools we have already decided, all 4 tools, and this is the message. Now just give me a second. What is it saying? It's saying could not resolve authentication method, expected either API key to be set or for this thing header to be explicitly omitted. I think I have missed API call. Just let me fix this. Okay, so the error was that uh, basically I was defining the client multiple times. I already defined it with the API key, but I again defined it. I again, invoke the client, and this time without API key, and that's the way, and that's because of this it was giving the error. So Now I have removed this thing and now it has worked. So now we are seeing we have initialized the response, and now based on the we are what would be the response. So now if you see, I'll help you look up your orders. First, I'll need to get your customer ID using your username, and then I can retrieve your order. So this is the response it is thinking, and now get the response. So now if you see, it has used this ID, key is username, value is Priya. So based on that, it will use the, and if you see, it has decided to use get underscore user, because it is the information that was provided was Priya 123, but basically that was user information. So it has decided to use the get user. So I think this is working. Now what we'll do, we are processing the tool call. So based on that, so we are defining all our tool name and tool input. So if the tool name is get user, it will return get user information with that key. If the tool name is get order by ID, it will return that information. If the tool name is get customers order, it will return that information. If the tool name is cancel order, it will decide. So basically first it is deciding which tool to use, and then based on that we are saying that if you have decided to use this tool, display this information. Okay, now what we are seeing, whatever the information we are getting, response.content, if you see the -1 information is for the tool use, which tool we are using, right? So we are accessing the last information. In that we get the tool name. So we are using which tool model is or agent has decided to use. And then if you see tool use dot name, it will give you the value of the name. And if you see tool use dot input, what is the input we'll get? Okay, and with that tool underscore name and tool underscore output, we'll process the tool call. And now if you see, okay, so the role was user, the content was tool result, tool user ID, and the name was Priya Patel, right? And the phone number and username. So if you want, if you see process tool call, we want to send tool name and tool input, and this tool name and tool input we are getting by first identifying the tool use. And how we are identifying tool use? From the last element of the response.content, and then we are getting this information, and we are calling process tool call by passing these two information. I hope this is clear. Okay, and now we have a complete chatbot. Okay, so now what we are doing, if you see, we are we have this system prompt. What we are saying, that you are a customer support chatbot for an online retailer called Acme Company. Your job is to help users look up their account orders and cancel orders. Okay, so the job is to look up their account orders, or if user is asking to cancel, you can cancel orders as well. Be helpful and brief in your responses. You have access to a set of tools, but only use them when needed. If you do not have enough information to use a tool correctly, ask a user follow-up questions to get the required input. So in the previous question, you saw that the user has provided that my user ID is Priya1234. I think that was the user ID. But in case Priya 123. Now, in case user did not provide this information, or like if in earlier case if the user would not have provided the information, chatbot would have asked. Okay, so now if you see, if you do not have enough information to use a tool correctly, ask a user follow-up questions to get the required input. Do not call any of the tools unless you have the required data from a user. In each conversational turn, you will begin by thinking about your response. Once you are done, you will write a user-facing response. It's important to place all user-facing conversational response in this format to create them easy to parse. Okay. So now this is the user interface that we have created. Okay, we have defined the tool. Now let's see how it works. and now let's see the simple call. Now let's start the conversation. So let's say if I say hello, saying Acme Company Support. Hello, welcome to Acme Company's customer support. I can help you look up your account information, check order, or assist. So now if I see I want to check status of my order. Because we are using AI agent and it needs to think, that's why basically it's thinking and there is a lag in this. If we can we need to take care of this lag. Otherwise, once we sort this, because we are using this thing in collab, if we deploy it on production, it will not have that much lag. So now if you're saying, if you have your order ID, I can check that specific order directly. Now it has asked, I can look up all your orders using your email, phone number, or username. So now let's say I give my username as an tile. Let's see. And because it's wrong, let me find out a actual username as well, or a customer ID. So now if you see, let me figure out this ID, this customer ID, because it's still in processing. So let's say my customer ID is this one. Okay, now I see so basically it has decided to use the get user tool. Okay, I think overloaded. I think okay, it took some more time. Let me fix this. So what I'm doing, let me change the runtime because I was using CPU. So let me change it to 800 GPU. Let me save this. By doing this, I have to restart. So let me restart the entire notebook. So I was using CPU. That's why it was slow. So I have changed it to 800 GPU. And now I think it's working fine. See, I think it's working fast now. So it's saying, can you provide with my order ID? Let me. So it's saying, I apologize, but I couldn't find a user without the user with the user and dial. Could you please double check the spelling? Try providing your email address or phone number instead. This will help me locate your account and orders. So now let's say let me say my customer ID is. Now you can see now it's using get customer ID. So I can see your orders, but I notice they are either already shipped or cancelled. Unfortunately, I cannot cancel. They are that are still in progress. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I think I have cancelled. Let me try with some other. This is so now if you see that because it was in processing earlier, maybe I have cancelled while running that code. I have cancelled that it was not updated, but now if you see, I have successfully cancelled your order for one smartwatch. The cancellation has been processed and confirmed. Is there anything else I can help you with? So basically, this is your chatbot, which can help us in doing e-commerce customer support. It can provide information as well as it can also take order ID or customer ID and can basically cancel the orders. So I hope you like the video. uh, we'll come up with a new tool or new session, or we'll create something new in the next session. Hope to see you then. Thanks. Bye.